Previously on the Danger Club podcast.
So I was right. He was murdered by these people.
So we thought, we've got our asses kicked. We could follow them to Spite's Cradle, but we thought, no.
I'm gonna go to this place.
You're just gonna walk straight in there now?
Hey, Folton, I'm with you.
From what I can see, we could easily scale the walls of this.
So, I mean, you two aren't going to be able to manage that, so you just want to get your axes out and start chopping heads.
Hang on just a second. Try and watch this. No.
The adventure continues now.
Yep.
Will you crows get out of here?
Do you think we're putting less thought into our preambles these days?
No, I think
I don't know, are we?
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Danger Club podcast, episode 100, part 3.
Whoa. How many parts did you think this would have, Dan?
I thought it was going to be 4. I did, when I wrote the adventure, forget to put in all of the sections where you guys make basic decisions over the course of half an hour.
Sure. This is like
I see.
the
You forgot
extended.
we all had, sort of new characters, fresh stuff.
Yeah.
Also countered by the fact that normally when we don't spend a long time doing a basic decision, we swiftly get punished for that.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
It's
So let's kill these guys. Yeah. Let's kill the dude.
I think we have now been. I'm looking forward to seeing what everyone does in combat.
Combat.
Fight.
We have actually avoided a massive swedge.
yeah,
on the way
you've
in.
done. You've done since you got to the place.
massive
You've done
what?
really well.
Ducked
Was
past
it
swedge.
Was it 4 or
Ducked
6?
massive swedge.
Is that?
You having a swedge? There's a lot of you having. There's a big fight outside.
a
It's a
swedge?
swedge, mate.
Is that from your Nottingham days?
No, it's just swedge, mate. Swedge. Everyone has a swedge every now and then.
Is that
Swaft.
is that swaft or?
Can you swap the
No,
swedge?
You don't swear. You don't
Swaft a swedge?
Swedge.
Oh, you lost a
What are you
second,
saying?
mate.
You didn't even know what swedge was
No,
a minute ago.
I'm back in youth culture now. That's it. Swedge, mate. Yeah.
I'll swedge
I like
you in
that.
a minute.
I'll get that sandwich. It's a nice swedge. Yeah, that's right.
Swedge a sandwich.
I thought
Yeah.
Folton
Yeah, good.
and
I've still got it.
I thought Folton and Ed Johnson were going to fight.
Oh, really? Can
And
we
they
have
did
Can we do a bonus spin-off episode where it's just you guys? Because I think we should do bets on that in the same way that people assess superheroes and who would win first. But gotta say, mate, money's on Folton. Sorry.
Or it could be that Ed Johnson shot Folton, and now Folton's having a dream as he bleeds his last on that road, and he never got anywhere. And it's just going to cut back at the end and be like, and he died.
That's the thing with like films and comics and stuff like that, because that setup would have been like, oh yeah, if Fulton moves and he's going to get a crossbow bolt and he'll die. But
Yeah.
with role-playing games, usually like, that did like 12 points of damage. I'm good for another like 8 rounds. And then Johnson been like, oh, that's my one shot. So
Yeah. You only get one shot, one opportunity.
Seize everything you ever wanted.
We've done this one, haven't we?
yes.
Would you capture it or let it slip?
we've done it.
Several times.
Do you want
Let's do it again. His arms are sweaty.
Knees weak. You wouldn't be able to get me anyway because I got a plus 15 to hit. So
Well,
Plus 15 to
hang on.
hit.
He wouldn't be able to
Yeah.
get you.
but yeah, you wouldn't be able to get me. Yeah,
So have a think about that. 'Cause
Yeah,
you've
you
got plus
wouldn't be
15
able
to
to
hit.
get
Does that
me,
make you
yeah?
harder to hit?
you can't get me.
Would that be
yeah?
your AC?
You can't
Armor
get
class?
me.
Ross, have you
We've used it
ever
for years,
concentrated
7
on what
Can't
you're
get
doing
me.
in this
Yeah.
game?
Can't get me. I'm a team leader.
And it begins. That's it.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, good. Ross recently became a team leader at his work, for anyone who missed that particular episode.
Yeah.
And well done, Ross. It's not changed you a bit.
It's fun because you effectively now have the same job that I had years ago at a different attraction when I met all of you guys.
Yeah.
When
Yeah.
we first met.
Life finds a way.
So now your goal is now to hire a bunch of people to be your friends and then one day start a podcast with them.
Yeah.
And the cycle will go on and on.
Well, yeah, and I like the way that a week into your new job, the first thing you said today was bloody actors. I was like, oh,
Yep.
you don't want to be managing actors. Oh, no.
If any of you are listening,
Big up actors.
big up actors.
Anybody
Yeah.
from that particular place?
Yeah.
Shout out to you.
I don't believe we've mentioned what place it is.
No?
We kept that.
Yeah, but
kept that
people
quiet.
who work there know.
We'll know who Ross
They'll
is.
know who Ross
Oh,
is.
they'll know. who
They
Ross
don't
is.
listen to this podcast.
Big boss.
Not anymore.
Big boss Ross. You
Not
banned
since you
them.
became a
You
boss.
banned them from any phones,
Yeah.
any kind of external contact with the outside world, any kind of communication lines. They are cut. Big boss Ross. He's on the scene.
That's right.
Right, come on, let's fight these dudes.
big boss
Weird
Ross Hogg.
Talking of bosses,
Let's boss these.
We're not fighting a boss.
bosses.
No,
This is not.
Well, they might be called bosses. Maybe that's what their race is called, bosses.
They're called drudges.
Oh,
They're not far off, actually.
do you want a swaft? You want a swaft?
Swaff back.
Stop swafting and let's get fighting. Right. So,
time for a switch.
I've got my initiative tracker ready. This may be a combat. We'll find out. So what happened was Keyvan snuck through this alchemy laboratory perfectly fine in the Spite's Cradle fortress.
oh, he's very sneaky.
He is. He's pretty good at that. His little chameleon hair going crazy. And then Uthgar, who is, I believe, not bad at stealth.
I'm not
actually.
bad. It's not like rogue levels, but I'm all right.
He's all right.
I cocked it up.
It's one of the things I do like with second edition versus first edition is that it's possible to be good at more than one thing. So you can be like a barbarian who can sneak and can do a little bit. Like you can spread stuff out a little bit more, which is nice.
Yeah, well, it's more the sort of, to mention the classic barbarian, but Conan. He was a bit thievy, he was a bit sneaky, and he was very choppy.
He was very choppy. And he
Very
might
choppy.
need to be choppy now because you rolled garbage on your stealth check.
Yes, I did.
And now the creatures have seen you. So the setup of where we are, it's this big alchemy laboratory. Over on the eastern side, there is a spiral staircase going down, which Keyvan is currently crouched on, having got through the room. Over the other side of the room to that, there is a set of double doors going into the bedchamber, where everyone except Uthgar is kind of currently peering round the doors, Scooby-Doo style, stacked up one on top of each other to see what's going on in the room. In the middle of the room, Uthgar has just stepped out from behind a barrel, and all four of the creatures have turned and seen him. And they're all looking at him kind of puzzled. These are big grey-skinned alchemical creatures with coloured liquid flowing through enormous bulging veins in them. They were previously standing around in aprons making alchemical concoctions. They are now turning to look at Uthgar. Uthgar, what would you like to do? They all start reaching for vials and things that are on the tables.
Right. Well, I'm thinking that a fight is inevitable. So Uthgar, he was trying to sneak through this room to look like I was stealthy in front of Brimborn, and I made it look like a complete tit. And starts raging. Draws his sword. His sword explodes into flame.
Uthgar pulls his sword, and that means we roll for initiative. Everyone, roll away.
Keyvan.
If anyone would like to roll stealth for initiative, apart from Uthgar, then you may, because the others are not currently aware of you.
Keyvan.
Yes.
You
What is
can't
it?
talk to Keyvan. He's on the other side of the room, unless you've got
I
a
am
message.
on the other side of the room.
I have got message.
Okay.
Oh, who's that messaging me?
We're
This
going to
is
roll
nice.
initiative first, and then we can do it.
How many times messaging?
Keyvan.
All right. Who has got over 20?
I've got
Me.
32.
32.
32. Every
Because I
time.
used my stealth.
Every time I roll really high, I sit there quietly smug, and then Drum opens his mouth and always has like just one or two higher than me. Every time.
It's like when I steal your jokes.
So
Yeah. Don't know how it happens, mate.
So
Dunno.
Keyvan's coming in top. Brimbone, you got something pretty
30.
high? A 30. So Brimbone's going straight in there. Uthgar, you got something
I
quite
was
good.
feeling really chuffed with 25, but there we go.
It's still really good. Anyone get 15 to 20?
16.
I
Ross, you
got
sound weird.
18.
18 for Folton.
Did we actually all roll high? Colin, what'd you get?
16.
16. Still
That's
pretty
not
good.
bad, yeah.
It's all the members of all the OG members of Sick Wolf going first there.
It is.
Sick wolf. Sick wolf.
Keyvan, first person to act is Keyvan Burvine, so you see Uthgar reach for his sword, and that kicks off the combat. But you're the first one to. You're aware he's going to do it. You've been sick wolf for a while. You've got your instincts, so you're primed. You've got 3 actions. What's happening?
Well, the first thing I'm going to do is hunt that prey.
Okay, you hunt prey. That's a single action on the creature, so it's going to be.
Do I use it with? Can I use it with Monster Hunter as well?
You can, yes. So what I need you to make is to know what these are.
Yep.
It's a craft check.
A craft check.
Yep.
A bloody craft check.
Yep. 'Cause they are alchemical constructs. So
Oh, I see. Right. Okay.
plus 5. It's not a massive roll,
Not
but
a great one for me, is it? But a natural 20 means we'll be all right.
it should be all right. It might be
So
a
that's 25.
25. It just misses out on being a crit. but it is successful. It is they are your prey, and I can tell you what they are.
With a natural 20, it misses out. That's a shame.
I know. With you are 1 point away. If you'd been using any other skill.
Yeah.
Surely a natural 20 should just be
not on skills, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I know.
It's my long-running grudge with this game. You roll a 20, that should be enough. Whatever it is you're trying to do, that should be enough.
It's never been on skill checks. It is on in combat, no problem.
Yeah.
But skill checks, sometimes it can be harder.
So, anyway, what have we learned?
What have you learned? You've learned these are alchemical drudges. So these are alchemical creatures. They are fused with alchemical reagents. So they have an empathic link to their creator. You know that they are immune. They are immune to acid, bleed, death effects, disease, doomed, drained, fatigued, healing, necromancy, non-lethal attacks, paralyzed, poisoned, sickened, and unconscious. So they're not alive. They don't have brains.
Sorry, you said
mental effects can affect.
Those things can affect them, or
no,
can't?
those things don't affect.
Those things don't affect.
So that's worth bearing
in mind. When you say death effect, that doesn't mean they're immune to death.
No,
right?
there are spells called that do things like this, which things like power word kill, stuff like that. There is also they also have an alchemical strike. So each one of them has different. You can see there are different colours in them. You know that they will be dealing extra damage because they have got the same chemicals that make up bombs have been run through them. Right. So they have basically explodey punches.
Wow.
So they'll do extra damage if they hit you. And you can see that there is a red one, a blue one, a white one, and a green one.
They're like the power drudges.
I have.
Are there any weaknesses?
There are no particular weaknesses. They are not particularly tough.
Okay.
They got their AC's all right, but they're not massively powerful. So you should hopefully be able to take them down.
Okay. So I mean, I do my best to communicate this.
Yep, that's fine. You yell that out to everybody,
to everyone, and and just say, "Be careful, mates. Careful of splashback. All right."
I've just got this lovely
be on your best, and don't forget they're connected to their master. So as soon as we start fighting these guys, he knows we're here. Great. All right, let's carry on.
It's got a lovely mental image. You just being like, "Hang on a sec, guys. They're immune to this and this and this."
Yeah. What was that full list again? What was the full list?
Can I find the
acid, bleed, death effects, disease, doomed, drained, fatigued, healing, necromancy, non-lethal attacks, paralyzed, poisoned, sickened, and unconscious.
You said bleed.
Yes.
But you didn't say negative.
Nope, they're not immune to negative energy.
Cool.
But don't you try and heal them, because that won't work.
Right. Have I still got two?
You've got 2 actions. It'll take you 1 action to load your crossbow.
Okay. And then another one to shoot.
Another one to shoot it.
Then that's what I'll do, baby.
You load the crossbow. You take a shot at the nearest one. Go ahead and make an attack roll.
Alrighty. A natural 1.
Did you just roll a natural 20 and then a natural 1?
Which gives me 16, or just a natural 1, I guess. It's probably
a natural 1 is a fumble.
It's a fimble fumble.
Wow.
We're off to a good start.
Fumble crumble.
Here is your fumble card.
Right, now what's...
so it'll be you are looking for the ranged fumble.
A ranged fumble.
First attack of the game, everybody.
Here we go. Misjudged the distance. Until the end of your next turn, all your range increment penalties are doubled.
Okay, that's not too bad. That won't affect you because you're not at any kind of range. It's real close range fighting going on here.
Yay!
So that's fine. You don't have to worry about that.
So I just miss.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, mates. I'll get him next time.
Okay, you fire the shot. It misses, but you have hunted the prey. Brimburn.
Hello. So they are. Thanks. Thank you for all that information, Keith. That's actually quite useful.
Not a problem.
So the vials that they were reaching for, are there vials around the tables that are close to them?
Yes.
Well, I'm just going to take one of those vials with telekinetic projectile and just launch it at one of their heads.
Cool.
What?
Go ahead. Make a spell attack.
Should I make a some kind of alchemy arcana check to try and gauge if what is in the vials is harmful first?
You need to examine it, though, medicine, just by looking at the vial from a distance.
Maybe it's goo?
Yeah, goo, question mark.
Quickly read the book.
Yeah, that's the goo. Yeah, I'm going to do that, okay.
All right, ranged it's a spell attack, not ranged.
Take a punt, reach out with the powers of the unknown. No, I'm smack talking, aren't I?
Yes, you were smack talking.
Smack talking, yeah. I just from the door.
Is that another natural one?
Yeah, I just from the door. I just sort of go around the corner and be like, and I draw the gun. Oh no, it's on my hands! It's on my hands!
Unbelievable. Let's have a spell fumble.
Starting well, guys. Starting real
Two natural
strong.
ones.
2 attacks,
Super strong.
2 fumbles.
Two.
Oh, that's not a good face.
Magic, wasn't it?
You must succeed at a will save, or be thrown 1d6 by 5 feet into the air, or a random direction determined by the GM if you're flying.
Okay.
So what would be the DC on that will save I've got to make?
So the DC on the will save will be their AC. So go ahead and make the will save.
Are you good at will?
Am I good at
be
will?
pretty good at
I've
will.
got a pretty good save, but
What was
but it's
it?
another natural one.
Oh
my god! The curse of Plaguestone.
Yeah,
has
the curse of
risen
Plaguestone
to its
indeed.
full
Oh my
effect.
god, it's back, guys. It's back in the room with us. It could be hiding behind the sofa.
Do I put
good.
another fumble? Like
No, that's just a fail on the will save. So what is it? You are launched how far?
1d6 times 5 feet into the air. There's only a certain amount I can go, isn't there?
the ceilings are not that
so
high. You'll be lucky. It's only a 1, so it's 5 feet, which isn't enough to deal damage. So you try to telekinetic projectile, and in fact, you telekinetic blast yourself up into the air. Brimhome points a hand and then just fires up into the air and just lands on the floor.
This is
hope that
actually
no one
in keeping
noticed.
with our storyline because we're a bit out of practice.
Yeah.
We haven't been adventuring for a little while. We've taken a bit of time off, and with bolts are going off. We're throwing ourselves in the air. We're just
my
not
God.
quite. We're just brushing the dust off a little.
I'll have
bit
to find
here.
some silly music to put under this.
What would you like to do with how many actions was telekinetic
That's
projectile? Was that
2.
2? So you got 1 action left.
Yeah.
5 feet in the air is enough to. I tell you what, make an acrobatics check for me. Let's see if you land on your feet.
Oh yeah.
20 total.
That's fine. You land back on your feet again, having been hurled in the air.
Haha, that's just one of my many eldritch jump powers that I could use. Nonetheless, I'll move away from them now. I'm quite far away from them anyway, aren't I?
You
I'm
are,
already
yeah. You're in the
room,
doorway
yeah.
a little way from.
How far away are you feet-wise?
From all of them, you are about 15 feet from the nearest one.
Oh, I'm gonna take 5 feet away from the door just so I
Okay.
can still see into the room, but
Yep.
just so I'm a little further away from them.
Okay, so you take a little step back.
Gonna let one of you go first.
Uthgar Havanax.
Uthgar just looks at Kevin and then looks at Brimbone, his eye twitching as the rage coursed through his body. I did say I drew my sword before we did combat. Is it
I'm going to say all of you have weapons in hand
that's
because
fine,
you
yeah,
were
'cause he
expecting
literally
trouble.
just-
That's fine.
Thanks, Dan.
And he just he leaps, because I'm a really good leaper, at the closest, what were they
So
called?
you're going to have to enter the rage as is raging as an action, I think, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay, that's fine. So you rage, and you rage and you attack. You leap
All right, so
forwards.
I leap forwards.
attack
I
the
mean, I
nearest
presume I'm
creature.
in melee range.
That's
aren't I?
fine,
Pretty
yeah.
much, yeah. So,
You are real
oh
close
god,
to
will
it.
the curse of Plaguestone be upon me? Oh yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Oh,
That's
no, come on.
It's not a 1, but it's
not a
only
1.
4 on the die, so that gives me 19. to
19.
hit.
It's a hit.
I have got
Gotta love those
considerably
hit
better at
bonuses.
hitting things since our last adventure.
Uthgar
Thankfully.
finally comes leaping in.
Cleave my flaming sword to the nearest thing. Just 2d12 damage. Oh, that's a lot of damage. So that's 18 on the die, plus 5 for my strength, I believe, for melee. It's been a while since I played melee. So that is 23 points of damage.
23 points of
Oh,
damage.
no, I tell a lie, because I get an extra 4 because I'm raging. So that is 27 points of
27
damage.
points of damage. You hurl yourself forward and just cleave one of the creatures in half with a swing of your sword. You
He
have
is-
destroyed one of the creatures.
He's beyond angry. He's going to swing round. Am I close enough to take a swing at someone else?
Let's see. I don't think you can because it's one action to rage, one action to move up to the creature,
Right,
one
yeah.
action to attack.
That's fair, yeah.
So that's your round.
He literally just lets out a bellow and stands in the middle of the room.
Uthgar is back. Actually, he's not back. Uthgar is so much better than he was in
So much
Plaguestone.
better. It's undescribable better. Anyway,
It's Folton Battlestone's go. Speaking of natural ones.
Here we go. Are they standing next to each other?
There are two of them standing next to each other.
Can I use sweep?
So one action to move up to them, 2 actions to sweep.
this is a new group. We don't know about your cursive rolling. Will we see? Was it?
All the cats just left the room.
27.
27. It's a hit.
Yeah,
very nearly a crit, but it's not quite.
That is a 14 Damagio.
14 damage to both of them.
Well, that's the first hit on the first guy, and then I have to make a...
Do you have to make... It's one attack
sweep is
roll
one attack.
to hit both, isn't it? Or do you roll separate attacks for both of them? I think it's one attack roll against both of them.
You
That
are
would make
correct, Dan.
sense.
Yes, you are correct.
Is
It
it?
is one
Okay.
attack, and then it applies to both. But
Yeah.
then,
You roll
if you make
damage
another
separately?
attack, it'll be at your maximum.
Okay,
penalty.
so roll damage for the second one separately.
That's not as much. That is...
Are you sure the damage isn't the same? I'm pretty sure the whole thing's the same. You just apply it to 2 monsters.
Okay.
that's 6 if it is.
6. Okay. I'll tell you what, you look that up.
I'll look that up.
You look that up, and we'll decide which damage it is, because it makes a bit of a difference. But Folton, you just charge into the room with your axe, slash through one of them and into another one, sending them staggering. They're looking pretty badly hurt. It is their go, however. So there are 2 of them facing down Folton, and there is one of them who is free and on his own. So the one who's on his own is going to go after Uthgar, and the other 2 are going to go after Folton. So the 2, let's go for the 2 attacking Folton. The first one, that is going to be a 14.
Oh, it's swipe, not... it was swipe.
14 ain't going to hit you.
Oh, yes. Roll damage only once and apply it to each creature you hit.
Lovely. Okay, so that is much better. So you have 2 creatures on 1 hit point attacking you rather than one on slightly more. So he misses with his first attack. That is an 11. He misses with the second attack. And he misses with the third attack.
Yay!
Second one attacking Folton. Ooh, that's a little bit better. That is going to be a 29.
That is a hitter.
He gets a hit on you.
He gets a hit from champagne.
Dealing...
Scott just swore at me. That's what you heard, the
'cause-
bing bang.
Scott doesn't like champagne.
Dealing 10 points of bludgeoning and 1 point of acid damage.
That's fine, I can take that for days, yo.
Take it for days. And the one attacking Uthgar, he has to move to get to Uthgar, so he only has 2 attacks. First attack is a 20.
Nope.
Oh, you block it with your sword. Second attack, his final attack, that is 21.
No.
Oh, and that's all he can do. He fails to get through your defenses.
Do this all day.
Over by the doorway, it's Ed Johnson.
Ed Johnson.
Let's find out what the new Ed Johnson can do.
Yeah, right. He's got his little crossbow, and he's just gonna, fire it a couple of times
Okay,
into
so
these dudes.
first action, load the crossbow. Second action, fire the crossbow.
Oh, I thought it was already loaded.
No, we can't carry around a loaded crossbow.
Yeah,
It wouldn't work.
Sure. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Or can Ed Johnson? Has he got a spec? No, he hasn't. No.
First one's a 20.
20 hits.
Oh, sorry, 18. My
Who
mistake.
are you firing at? You got 2
the
attacking
one-
Folton, 1
the
attacking
one next to Uthgar.
Okay.
Yeah. And that is 11 points of damage.
11 points of damage.
Yeah, it's pretty sick, this crossbow.
He's pretty
It's
good.
a +1
All right.
striking crossbow. And then I'm going to use one of my feats, which is running reload. So I'm
Running
going to
reload,
sort of
okay.
move and reload
Okay,
for the
cool.
next.
You move into the room and you reload the crossbow. So you start with a loaded crossbow
Ready for
next
my
turn.
next
Kievan Burvine.
Kievan is, going to reload as well. He's got a running reload thing.
Yep.
And just take a shot at whichever one's sort of, I don't know, is the most threat at the moment?
It depends. Uthgar and Folton are the two in the room. Fulton's got 2 on him. Uthgar's got 1 on him.
Well, I mean, Uthgar I know better, so I'm going to try and pick
Go
up the
for
one
that one then.
All right.
Sure about that, Folton?
No bother me.
Yeah, a little bit of favoritism there.
No, I don't care.
All right, that's 29.
29. That is a critical hit.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
It's
That's
not
beautiful.
a crit card because it's not a natural 20. But go ahead and roll your damage and then double it.
Okay.
I can tell you, it's going to be almost impossible to not kill this creature.
It's 10, 20, and I think I get some bonuses from the hunt for as well.
Okay, 20 points of damage. You hit the creature and it just explodes. A load of the goo sort of lands on the
There we
floor
go.
and crackles with electricity. As
Got
it
my
splatters
eye in
around.
there. I've
You've
got one more.
You've got 2 actions left. Oh no, you reloaded, so you got 1 action.
I reload.
Yep.
I've got 1 action left, which is to reload.
Lovely. You reload
So,
again.
I'm ready for the next.
Keevan, looking at Brimbone. You've got 2 left in the room fighting Folton.
I would like to target them both with my electric arc spell, please.
Electric arc. All right, go ahead and make. Is it? Do you have to roll to hit, or do they get?
You make a reflex save for me,
Reflex
please.
save.
As I target you, and then one of the tattoos on Brimbo's neck unfolds and crackles in a sparkling arc.
Okay, the first one gets a 30 on his reflex.
That fucking makes it. Shit. Wow.
The other one gets an 18.
Nah, it doesn't make it.
Okay, so it's half damage on the first one, is it, or is it crit? It's a basic save, isn't it?
Yeah, basic
Okay,
reflex.
what's the save DC?
It's 22.
22. Okay, so that's not a critical success.
No.
So you can so it's half damage to the first one and full damage to the second one. Since
7 points of electricity damage.
okay, they both have 1 hit point left. So you blast them with electricity. It crackles over both of them. They shudder and shake for a moment. Smoke pours out of their eyes, and then they both collapse to the floor. You have taken down all 4 drudges in under 12 seconds.
Nice
Sick
work.
wolf!
Sick wolf.
Yeah, ooh.
Sick wolf.
I have to say, I'm right pissed off that I fucked it up.
No, well, I definitely didn't, and I totally meant to. I just did a little jump. And then
Why did you fly up in the air?
I didn't know you could jump like that. That was amazing.
So what it is, basically, you don't really understand, but the occult nature of my powers lends I have to jump in between planes every now and then.
It
and-
looked like you failed.
What's that?
It looked like you kind of failed there.
Yeah, you like pointed your finger at them and then.
Yeah, well, that's part of it. You see how I took them both out in one go?
No.
So did you not?
Hey,
it literally
did you
happened.
say-
It
Sorry,
literally happened
we
just a
interrupt.
second. Do you not?
Right, time to move on.
Listen, did you say that their leader's going to know what's going on here?
Absolutely, yeah. We've totally.
right.
We should head-
They're sort of like mind melded to their.
We should head down the
guys,
stairs.
so,
My
I mean,
bad.
they know we're here now, so let's get down these stairs.
Let's go and do it.
Go down the stairs.
Ivan, what I was going to say to you earlier is, do you ever think that it's in our interest to make Uthgar angry because he performs better when he's angry?
Do you know what? I've been thinking that recently, actually. Yeah. Every time we spill a little bit of tea on him, he seems to become much more effective.
Do you reckon that's healthy for him long term?
I don't know. Are we going to test this theory?
Well, I mean, if we live long enough, but let's see.
All right. Well, I mean, let's.
I
we
can
should-
hear you up there, and if it hadn't been a minute since the last time I raged, I'd be raging right now, all right? So get down these stairs.
We're just
double
talking
quick.
Just talking about maybe getting you booked into a spa day one day.
You get down the stairs. You pass down a narrow corridor, still lit by torchlight, but you are now underground. You can hear from somewhere in the distance a kind of a scraping and a sort of hissing noise from some kind of creature somewhere out in the darkness. The passageway continues for a little bit and then passes alongside like a barred window alongside that you look through, and you can see it looks down into a large pit in which you can see something big shambling around inside, but it's hard to tell. There are no lights in the pit. You carry on a little forward to a door, which you listen at. Can I get a perception check? Whoever wants to listen at the door.
I'll
listen
quickest.
at the
Natural one.
Natural 20.
A natural 20. Okay.
20.
So that is 30.
I don't hear a
Natural
thing. I don't hear
32.
anything.
There are some
Look,
creatures.
don't you start doing that trick with me, all right? What?
21.
2 more than me, and I've got a natural 20. Get out of town.
There are some creatures in there. They seem to be. Sounds like some more creatures doing some work. You can hear clinking bottles.
I think they're having a drink.
Is there a way round them? We don't have to fight everyone we come
I don't
into
know.
contact with.
I can't see through doors.
Can't you?
No, I'm using my ear.
Well, I mean, you should.
It hasn't got eyes.
You shouldn't use your ear to look through doors.
Can someone go in there stealthy and have a look?
Yeah.
I can.
Wait, before we do this again, what will we gain from going in this? What's going to happen is if someone goes in there stealthy, has a look, they're going to come back, and we're going to have to rush the people in there anyway.
Dan, is there any other way to go, or is this the only way?
This seems to be the only way, unless you could get those bars open and drop down into whatever that pit is.
This is the only way, unless we can open these bars.
I've got to be honest with you. I'll take a little look down to the pit. I don't fancy whatever's down there.
No,
even if I could see what it was, I suspect that'd be worse. So I'm going to suggest we don't go into the pit.
Do you know what?
I'm with
That's
Kiva.
actually a really good shout, Kiva.
Yeah,
I agree.
Well, let's just,
Let's
smash
commit
these,
murder instead.
These fuckers up. Yeah, come on.
Let's check out this
Sick
room.
wolf.
Look, it's worked for us in the past.
All right, so I'm going to stealth into there.
Okay, go
Well,
make
Ed
a stealth
Johnson
check.
is not me.
Colin just comes in.
All right, mate. All right.
Hello, mate. It's pretty good, yeah. That's where's my stealth? What am I doing? That's 28.
28, very good. Okay.
The wind.
Ed pushes the door open after his year of training while trying to track down Folton. He's gotten very good at sneaking. You creep into the room. So it is another alchemy laboratory, this one, a little busier. There are 4 more drudges in here. They don't look up from their work when they see you. They're just working away on things. Looking around the room, you can see a number of things of interest. Partly there's lots of alchemical stuff around. In one side of the room, on the western side of the room, there is a large glass tank that seems to have a kind of a green fog floating in it, and you can see something lying at the bottom of it on the floor. Something humanoid, but it's hard to tell exactly. A little further on to the north, you can see that there is an opening which you guess goes back towards that pit. And then finally on the eastern side of the room, there are an open pair of double doors that head through a hole in the wall further down into the cave.
Okay. Can I go back out and let these...
Yep, you go back, you sneak back out and let everyone know.
So, what Dan said. And
We can
that's what we got.
kill them.
Like, yeah, I think we
can take
just to-
these guys. Yeah.
Just to get in there.
Wait, did they? Sorry, you said they didn't look up when they saw you.
They didn't look up, but they didn't see him.
No, they didn't see me
him.
at
Okay.
all. I'm like the night right now. You can't even see me. Look. See?
Yes, I can't. Well, where has he gone?
We did look, and we did not see.
My white suit is so bright, it's like it burns your retinas. And
Should we just charge through?
Yeah,
You know,
let's
just go.
Let's just go.
Bolt
Right,
the door on
go
the other
straight
side when we
through.
get to the other side.
Yeah, let's just run past
Let's
them.
do this.
Let's go.
Come on, let's go.
Let's run.
You burst into the room.
Roll
I
initiative.
run through it. Weirdly, no. As you run into the room, the drudges do not react to you. They're completely consumed by their work. They just carry on mixing.
Wait, look. They're not reacting to us. I want to see what's in that tank.
Yeah, we go.
Oh, no,
to
I
the
don't want to see
tank.
what's in that tank.
You have a look in the tank. At the bottom of the tank, there is lying the body of a human man. He's dressed in sort of peasant's clothes. His flesh in various places has been split open, and there are mushrooms growing. There are fungus growing out of it. Have you ever seen the that nature program that zombie fungus that gets into ants and like grows out of them and stuff? It's like that. It's growing out of his eyes. It's growing out of his fingernails, and he is definitely dead. He's floating lying on the floor. Green smoke, green gas around him.
Right.
Do I recognise the body?
You do not recognise the body. Those of you in Sick Wolf, you think maybe it's one of the farmers from Etron's Folly. You vaguely remember having seen them around the...
What the hell is this?
I bet he wishes he stuck to farming. I think he probably thinks he made a poor choice coming here.
I get the pun, but the horror of the scene in front of us is such that I don't feel I can laugh.
You're completely right.
Do you
yes.
know what? You know, I said earlier I liked Hilda's mushrooms. I've gone right off them now. That was horrible.
nice.
Look at
You
that.
knew this
It's about
person?
timing. I don't
Let's
really
back
have-
away from the tank and never
You knew
speak
this
of it
person?
again.
No, we don't know this person, but he looks like he could be a farmer from nearby.
Yeah, I feel like I might recognise his face if it wasn't covered in mushrooms, but as it is, no idea, mate. Let's move on.
To be honest, there's not mushroom for error. Eh?
Yeah, he
No,
doesn't-
see, I tried it. It's just not funny. It's horrible.
He doesn't look like a fun guy.
I see now that someone else has done it, how my joke was in poor taste, so I regret that. I regret that.
Dan, can we look down with the 2 open doors, look down past into the cave.
Yep.
Further
You go
into the cave.
go back and you have a look down
So
the cave.
just
Can I
to-
make... Sorry, go on.
No, I was just
No,
going to recap. What are the doors out of this cabin?
So you've got one in the north.
Yeah.
There's just an opening that goes off towards where the pit is with the creature, and you've got the ones in the west, which are the ones Folton is heading towards that go further off into the cave.
Yeah, Dan just said there was a creature. So.
Oh, no, we saw it. We saw something
Oh,
big shuffling around in the pit.
Can I make a herbalism lore check to try and ascertain what kind of mushroom could live in water on people and is particularly parasitic?
Yes, you may.
Thanks. So 28.
A 28. There is no mushroom you know of that grows naturally that would do this to a human. Whatever this is has been engineered.
That is a engineered mushroom.
I thought you were going to say another pun. It's all right.
Do you know, I've learned my lesson now.
Yep.
And actually, I when I pass on knowledge, which I do like doing, I don't tend to make jokes about it. I try not to.
Let's go through this opening here. Not the beast, but the other 2 doors.
It's the way to go.
Keyvan just takes his spyglass out and has a bit of a closer look at the beast to see if he can identify it.
What? So you go down. Okay.
I'm not going to go down. I just want to, from where we are.
Yeah, go back
use
up
the
and have a look
spyglass
through
and just
that
have a
little
little
window
look.
down to the pit. Cool. You have a look down into the pit. The creature shambling around. You get a proper look at it this time. It looks like it is a huge creature. So it is a couple of size categories bigger than you. It looks like lots of bodies that have been sewn together. It has got about 8 arms, all ending in different claws. It's got 4 legs. It is wearing a mass of rags that have all been stitched on. It has various eyes sticking out of different parts of it. Its whole chest cavity seems to open like vertically as a mouth and is kind of chomping open that. It is shambling around, just clawing at the walls. But by the look of it, it is down a pit, so it is quite hard for it to get out. You don't know. It might be possible for it to climb out, but
Do I know what it is,
not
or
aware
just?
of you. Go ahead and give me a. It's going to be a craft check again to try and identify it.
23.
23. Okay, I can tell you it is called an amalgam. An amalgam is an alchemical creature where lots of bodies are sewn together and then given life. It is. It has multiple consciousnesses trapped inside it. So it is resistant to mental effects. It has a whole lot of attacks, as you would imagine, from all of its different arms. It has an ability called Too Many Limbs.
Sick.
Too many limbs, too many limbs.
Which means it basically gets to make attacks at everyone around it if it wants to. So it's pretty nasty.
Right. Okay. So runs back to the rest of the crew. Yeah, we definitely don't want to go down that pits and amalgam, mate. Don't know if you know what one of those is, but they're very nasty characters. So let's stay the hell away from there. All right. Let's
I'll
go.
take
All right, let's go this way.
Okay. You make your way further down through the doors, leaving the drudges behind, down into some naturally occurring caves now, which slightly less well constructed. Looks like something this fortress has been built onto these natural caves. As you make your way down, the torches disappear, but they are replaced by glowing blue crystals, which seem to run through the like veins through the walls, which are letting off a dim light, so you're able to see a little bit. You push your way forward through it, and you begin to hear noises from above. You can hear the sound of something big moving around. You approach what looks like a crack in the wall, and you can see more green light glowing from within. Would you like to try and make a stealth check to creep up to the wall?
Yeah, go on then.
Okay.
And I'll put it on everyone else if it's
all right.
Good. Yeah, should be. Yeah, that is 27.
27. Important roll. Good roll. You make your way up to the crack in the rock and peer inside. You find a huge cavern on the other side. There's a large cave here. There is a river running through the middle of it, with a single stone bridge in the middle of that, which is about 10 feet wide. Standing on the standing on the bridge, there is an enormous creature. Again, a huge creature. It has the normal number of limbs, so that's positive. But its arms are incredibly long and end in a huge pair of fists. It is completely naked, but has no visible anatomy. It is made of lots of pieces of skin that have all been sewn together like a kind of weird patchwork doll. It has a huge head with a single eye peering out. It has a huge set of jaws with teeth in them, no lips, so the teeth are just kind of clacking around, and it has a tiny pair of wings on its back. It is stood in the middle of the bridge, kind of looking around. Beyond it, there is another smaller alchemy lab built around a thick seam of these glowing crystals that are in the wall, where there is some kind of extra glow pulsing out, and you can see there is a woman stood there. She has got her back to you at the moment, and she is working away at a table, pouring some potions to each other. You can tell she is elven, and you can tell that she has sort of short hair. You can see there is a crossbow on the table next to her. What would you like to do?
That bridge...
Yes.
That the hideous monster stood on?
Yes.
Is it stone wood?
It is made of stone.
And does it have handrails?
It does not.
And what's it stood over? What's underneath that bridge?
A river.
How far down is that river?
The river is about 10 feet down.
Thanks.
And it is quite fast flowing.
So I've got a tiny plan, but go ahead and talk anyway.
Well,
Is that the one that killed my brother?
what? The thing with the big hands?
No, the woman behind there.
Oh.
Well,
I
I mean, we could make a possible assessment that maybe it seems kind of likely that she might have been behind the whole thing.
Well,
she wasn't the one that actually killed him, because that was the goblin that we dealt with, that we told you about earlier. But yeah, I mean, it seems like quite likely that this was the woman that he was working with that you know got him with a bad crowd.
We should
you know
go
what I mean?
talk to her then.
Brimborn.
I think that whatever is on that bridge is going to stop us from talking to her, and probably is designed to stop us from talking to her.
Oh yeah, we'll have to get through that.
She
first.
also probably knows that we're coming, given that the dredges that we fought earlier, Kivan, if your assessment was correct.
Have you got a plan to get rid of it?
Well,
Yeah, I could shove it off into the river.
Well,
We'll do it.
Can you shove something that big? I can shove something that big.
Uthgar, look at me.
You look at Brimbone's slight, wiry form with very little meat on it, and the very slight, faint, sort of creamy golden tattoos across his wiry body.
Do I look like a person that could push that thing off into the river?
Well, no. That's why I asked.
Exactly, because everything that you see isn't all that the universe is.
So
I'm going to push it with a spell. I'm going to push it with a spell.
all right.
Just trying to be vague.
You know,
trying to be
I'm
a
not so
witchy thing.
good when you start talking
No,
about
it's
the universe.
fair. I was being unclear.
Wait, is Nawala still here?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm here.
You didn't get involved in that last
Well, you took
fight,
everything down
did you?
before I got a chance.
Good. Just
So-
making sure that you're going to step up.
Do you want to push the thing off the bridge to, get involved?
No, please don't do that.
Well, I mean, I can't tell.
Just giving her the option,
That's
right?
all right.
That's
No,
it.
Brimbone's got his thing he wants to do.
Am
Why don't we let him do his thing?
Hang on. If Brimborn does that, I can jump over that river, no problem.
Well, then maybe you can run up to her before she gets a chance to
That's
do
what I'm
anything else.
thinking.
All right,
Let's
this
do
is
it.
Sick Wolf. Yeah, but wait. Individually, what has happened is that 2 members of Sick Wolf have come up with a tiny plan. So, the percentage of it failing at any stage is quite high so far. So, new members of Sick Wolf, do we have a backup plan for when these things start to go wrong?
Smashy with my axe.
Shooty with my crossbow.
All
I
right,
mean,
so
I'll
no,
join in the
no,
shooting.
Not really.
I'm already loaded
Yeah,
from
me
the
too.
last fight, so
Right, so,
it
yeah.
won't be a problem. So we'll hang back here, all right?
Dynamite.
And if it doesn't work, I'll shoot it straight in the eye, all right?
Is there any chance we can ready actions before this all happens, or is
You
that
can certainly load crossbows, things
They're
that you could
already
do like
loaded,
that.
yeah.
That will do. But you can't, and you could maybe rage. Like I said, they're not sort of aware of you at the moment, so you can do something quick. But as soon as you do anything that they notice you with,
We
they
have
will
to.
roll initiative.
Can I make a stealth check to try and stealthily run and jump over the river so she can't see me?
Unfortunately, the room is fully lit. There's no way to block. You need to break line of sight to be able to stealth because it's not invisibility. And the creature is looking directly into the room, so there's not any way of sneaking. There's not going to be a way of sneaking past it.
Right, so you definitely
Keyvan's going to set himself up like a sniper, right? Sort of at the bottom of the bridge. He's going to change his colour to the same colour as the walls and stuff.
Okay.
He's going to have his crossbow ready, lined up, ready, and then be like, "All right, mates. Anytime you're ready, get the plan to go, and I could pinch one of these off anytime."
Ed Johnson's going to hunt prey on the creature.
Oh yeah, he's done that as well.
I love
and he's going to dress up like Ronald McDonald as a disguise.
Okay, so you take 10 minutes, you put on your Ronald McDonald costume.
If he's taking 10 minutes, can I use that time to refocus?
Refocus, yep, that's fine.
Right. I'm in disguise, team.
And I'm in disguise of a mortal.
Hunt prey, everyone's hunt preyed.
Hunt prey.
So it's an alchemical creation, so it's craft checks to do your hunt for your hunt prey. Only Keyvan's got Monster Hunter, so only he'll get a bonus if he succeeds in anything on it.
Okay, well,
doing,
I got...
you might know.
Hold on, sorry.
Yeah, mine's 28.
28. Critical success for Ed, but that's... But you don't get any extra bonuses for that because you've got Monster Hunter.
Okay.
Mine was an 18.
An 18 is just a success. So I can tell you it is a behemoth. So it is immune to the same sort of things as the drudges were, except not acid. So bleed, death effects, disease, doom, drain, fatigue, healing, necromancy, non-lethal, paralysed, poisoned, sickened, and unconscious. So it's a construct. It has got a pretty big punch. Does a lot of damage. It can hit you and knock you back, and it can stomp the ground, knocking people over. So it's incredibly tough. But it is your prey for both of you, and it's Noala's prey as well. Got a lot of rangers in this group.
Yeah. That's interesting, Keyvan. So basically, don't get near it because it'll just punch you off into the river.
Pretty much, yeah. That's pretty much where we're at, guys. Don't get too close.
Just Keyvan.
You'll get knocked off.
Just Keyvan. Just telling him that. Is that what you're talking about?
What? No, he just told us. Were you not listening?
No.
It's all right. Look, I didn't need to tell him. He already knows this. He also is a monster. Am I right in thinking you're a monster hunter?
I'm not. Well,
type? You've got the knowledge.
Oh, you don't. Oh,
I remember when I did the knowledge. I had the same look in my eye.
It's not got, not got the same. Oh, I see.
It took a long time.
Just because I'm dressed like a clown here doesn't mean I'm a funny man.
Are you going to do that thing?
I was just going to ask Dan, how far away am I from the behemoth?
Behemoth, 30 feet.
All right. And I have line of sight.
You have line of sight.
All right. When I go, I'm going to need the two fighting people in front of me.
Yeah, wait, I'm running, but I won't be able to get there.
Hang on. I think it'd be better. Right, I'll go first.
Right.
Leg it. Because when you knock it in the water, I don't want it coming underneath and, grab me as well. So, here we go.
What?
So, I'm going to run, and I'm going to jump over the river, aren't I? So I can get to what's her face quick, right?
I mean, you're on a bridge. You don't need to jump over the river. We're already on a bridge.
Once it's off the bridge, you can just run across the bridge.
Hey, just wait.
I'm not saying I'm not completely with your plan, but it's going to take a bit of time, see, and we want to take her by surprise.
I mean, it's going to take about 6 seconds, the same as any of my spells.
It's because James wants to show off his 50-foot jump.
I mean, I actually, with a 10-foot jump, I don't even have to roll for that shit, baby.
Why don't you? I'm going to break character. Why don't you go in front of me with Folton? On the same round that I cast a spell, you'd be moving into the room to jump across the river.
Yeah,
because you won't be running directly in front of me to do that. Where you have to go either left or right and then start running forward across the gap. Am I right? Is that about right?
Yeah, you just sort of jink to the side.
Yeah.
It's
on your left.
The gap is 15 feet across to jump over it, which
should be fun.
I
mean, I think it's an athletics check, isn't it? Yeah.
And I believe in your thighs, Uthgar. I know you don't skip leg day. So, sick wolf and sick wolfies, sick pups. If you are all ready, then let us commence.
All right. So, crossbows loaded. Are you raging before we go into combat?
Yeah.
Okay. You go into a rage.
And
go on. You've got a pretty good drop on them, so I'll let you cast this one spell, and then we will be going into combat. So, what's the spell?
Cool. Brimbone cast telekinetic maneuver. Another one of his golden creamy tattoos lights up just faintly on his back, and I'm performing a shove attack with my spell attack on the creature to try and push him off into the river.
Shove attacks. That's against his athletics DC.
And you
can pretty
do
high.
that with really, really big things.
Yeah, it has no limit on the size thing here in the spell.
That's good.
Very nice. Okay, go ahead and make a spell attack. It's got pretty good athletics because he's huge, so it's going to need to be a good roll.
It's 19.
Hero point.
It's 19.
Oh, no, wait, I can't use a hero point after I've declared the... What's the rule on the hero point?
You roll twice, take the better, so...
Can I do that now?
Go on, cash it in.
Yeah!
It's cashing in.
Cashing in a hero.
Danger
Oh,
point.
hero point.
Much better.
It's a total of 30.
30.
Well remembered, Colin.
And shove allows you to move it, I believe it's 5 feet, which is enough because it's over things. So the creature suddenly gets hit by a wave of telekinetic force, jerks sideways, and plunges into the water with a huge splash. It starts splashing around, trying to the woman looks around her shoulder, and we roll for initiative.
Nice. Cool, I didn't think that was going to work.
Oh, natural one.
Folton Battlestone.
Rolled a natural one.
Folton Battlestone.
Rolled another one.
Over 20s.
I got a natural 20, so actually I'm on 22. 32. What am I talking about?
32 for Ed. Very good for Ed. All right. 20 to 15.
21.
19.
I rolled a poor one. It's I got 18.
A 19 for Kevin. An 18 for Uthgar. And how much was that?
11.
11 for
A
Fulton.
dirty 11.
Dirty 11. You're a dirty 11. Ed Johnson is the first to act.
Cool, I'm going to just let this bolt fly towards her.
Okay.
Yeah.
How far away is she?
So she is from where you are 30, 40, 35, 40, 45, 50 feet. Will be within a range increment for...
Tiny little legs.
Tiny little legs can only move 20 feet.
That's a 24.
24 hits.
For 8 points of damage.
8 points of damage, very nice.
And then I'm going to reload and fire again.
Yeah, you can do that.
That one is...
So you got a -5 on this one, remember, 'cause it's the second shot.
4, 7... so 22...
22 hits.
Sick. 11 points of damage.
11 points of damage.
Not bad from the clown.
Just, we never discussed it as part of our plan. We wanted to take her alive, right?
I mean...
Like, she's got the answers.
Sure, yeah, but we might as well take her down a little bit. Cause
No, but I'm
probably
just
boss,
wondering
isn't
for that. I'm presuming we would have discussed that at some point on our pre-plan. Or
I mean...
We didn't.
we didn't.
No,
You're right, but we didn't discuss it.
It's okay because there's just a raging barbarian running towards us.
I
so,
mean, we probably could have talked to
and
her just
me.
now, but we probably could have cut some answers. But instead, Ed Johnson just went, "All right, this is the plan."
Well, you
So-
can shout out now.
Well, I could say something now, I guess, couldn't I? But
So Ed is kind of a crossbow ace. Ed is a ranger with all of the crossbow feats, basically. So he's pretty good with that crossbow. He also has horse lore, which we haven't managed to get in yet. Right, it is her go next. She is the first. She is the first to act. She turns around, sees some of you bursting into the room, and says, "No, you will not stop me on the eve of my revenge." She grabs the crossbow from the thing next to her. One action. Another action. She slams something into the top of it. She loads it and appears to clunk in like a vial of something into the top of the crossbow. Third action, she takes a shot at Brimbone.
Oh, I'm in the corner, ain't I?
You're in the corner, but you have line of sight because you poked around the corner to do it. Cast your spell. So She can get a shot on you.
Paper Brimbone, he's in the corner.
It's alright, she's over 1 range increment, so she's got a... she has a -2 to this.
Gonna get a pile of stuff in your face.
That's probably still going to be enough. That's a 27.
Oh, Brimbone.
Yep. She fires the crossbow at you. It hits you, and as it comes towards you, you can see that it's got like a vial of something attached to it. So it goes ahead. Knock my bottle out.
That's interesting.
Does 7 points of piercing damage. And 1 point of fire damage. As it bursts into you and goes off like a little napalm charge.
Oh.
Just kind of bursts.
Ow.
Doesn't do very much.
I appear to be a tiny little bit on fire. Quickly, stop her. She's on the eve of her evil plan. She's going to set people on fire a tiny little bit at a time. Ow. I'll put it out. Ow.
The behemoths go. The behemoth is going to try and swim. Poor bastard. Oh no.
Yay!
It's got a pretty good. It's got a really good score on this. So plus 12 for a 17, which is not enough. It's the behemoth is the behemoth disappears under the water and begins to be dragged along by the current. Its arms flailing in the air helplessly. Yeah. That's its go.
Wow, really glad I got rid of that thing first. Wow.
Yeah, that was a good shout.
It's literally a 6 or above, and it's fine in the water. Oh well. Curse of Plaguestone. It's Brimbone's go.
Ow. Ow, you shot me. Ow. Listen. What's your plan? I didn't realize the plan was this successful. I took out your monster, now you shot me just a little bit, so I'm gonna kill you, I think. Don't know, probably gonna...
Like she's looking to she's starting to reload, so she's not looking like she's standing down.
Hey, stop that. I would like to cast Hideous Laughter upon her, please.
Cast Hideous Laughter. Yeah. So, what is it?
That's a good one.
Is that a will save?
It is a will save.
Okay. Come on, cool monster. You can make this will save. I believe in you. That's a 10.
That's a fail.
So that's a critical failure. Scott, tell us what happens on a crit fail.
So the target falls prone and can't use actions or reactions for 1 round. Then suffers the failure effects, which are, being slowed and can't use reactions either.
God damn it.
Falls to the floor.
She bursts into laughter and just falls on the floor and just rolls around, laughing maniacally to herself.
Brimbone joins in.
Should we get over there and tie her up real quick?
Yeah, let's run.
Well, hang on, we're still in combat.
You still are in combat rounds, and Brimbone still has 1 action left.
All right. Okay.
Brimbone uses it to walk slowly and menacingly across the bridge where once her greatest construct was.
Okay, so you walk to. You can almost make it to. You've got 25 feet of movement, so you almost make it to the bridge.
Walking
30 feet.
really slowly, just to show you how unafraid of you I am. How I have destroyed your greatest construction, and now I have laid you low with but a thought. For these are my occult powers.
Gotta believe how much this turned around in 1 round. Kevin Burbine. So your targets at the moment, you can just about see the hands of the behemoth trying to flail and trying to swim out. And she is on the floor.
I think I
and
need to worry too
laughing.
much about that guy. Takes a little look at the laughing lady.
Okay, she's
Not
50
seeming
feet
like a
away
huge
from you.
threat right now. I'll keep me crossbow trained at her and take a little wander over with Brimbone. I'll just be up behind Brimbone, covering him. There we go. All right.
So you
Hello,
move-
Brimmy.
You
How you
move
doing?
25 feet,
Yeah, we look sick, wolf.
walking slowly towards
Sick.
her.
That's right. Going to keep the crossbow trained on her.
Okay,
So I've got like a readied action. Yeah.
you want her ready to shoot her if she gets up.
If she tries to go up and do anything, I shoot her straight in the eyeball.
Cool.
So, Kevin, I reckon if that thing ever comes out of the water, we should let Ulfgar deal with it. You feel cool with that?
Sounds perfect to me, mate.
So Uthgar.
Scott, he's gone running the first few steps in the room. All this is unveiled.
Yeah.
And he's like, just shakes his head and just sort of walks up behind the rest of Sick Wolf with his flaming sword. He's like, it's just sad. Like, I'm actually really disappointed. I was looking for a good dust up and...
You can go and fight that thing in a really honourable underwater combat if you want.
Drowning, isn't it? I mean, I'm not a fisherman. I'm not the fishing barbarian. Am I? Just said it drowned.
It could still be a threat, you know. Like,
I mean, you could.
Maybe. I'll keep half an eye on it. If it comes out of the water, I'll stab it in the head and might enjoy it a tiny bit. But.
She could come round before we get to her. If you can get there, you should probably do that.
I mean, I don't know why I'm speaking to you. I'm on the other side of the room now.
I'm just saying it from the other side.
You've got great ears.
I mean, this guy, you've
ears.
got 3 actions, so you could move all the way to her. She's 50 feet away. These other guys have only 25 feet.
I'm going to move right up to her and just sort of hold my flaming sword over her, just being like, lame. And can I ready one of those actions that if she starts to...
No, because you need 2 actions to ready an action. It takes you 2 move actions.
Okay, so I'll just move up to her and then spend my last action shaking my head and tutting.
You spend a whole action tutting. That's a lot of tutting. Folton Macleod, finally.
I'm going to run over with 3 actions to walk, to run over to her with 60 feet. Don't worry. I'll be a... Hold her.
It's all right. We're just doing this walking slowly like badasses thing, but he's doing the running thing. It's cool. He needs to do it. It's a thing.
And I go over to
brother. Yeah, I think
I'll stand around her as well with Max, like ready.
Yeah. Okay. Uthgar's like, good work. Yeah, it was nice running that was. Yeah.
Thanks. I'm really out of breath now.
I can see. I'm incredibly fit.
Yeah.
So
I just eat shoe cheese.
What?
Oh. Shoe cheese.
Before we get into a conversation about shoe cheese at this point in the episode, so let's just roll for the bear moth. Bear moth.
Is it not Ed's go first?
Yeah, I know. I just want to do a quick roll for.
Okay.
Does Ed want to do something?
Come on, what's Ed gonna do?
Go on, what's Ed want to do with his?
Use his action to move up with the 1 action and reload in that 1 action.
Okay, yep.
Classic.
And then the 2 other actions to do what Drum was doing.
Kevan, so you ready in action. So
Ready
both
in
of you have got
action to
crossbows
fire.
trained on
Yeah,
her.
yeah.
Very nice. The behemoth is dragged by the water under the lip of the cliff. You see its hand kind of flail, and it's dragged under the water and disappears off into some underwater river network.
Wow.
What are the people that are by
monster ever.
by the foot of this like river? They're just fishing.
That's going to
You
come
can see a massive flesh golem thing.
I've caught something down.
right.
Better really. Oh my god!
Really angry as well.
Oh god. The woman. Let's play this one out. Let's go a little long. Let's play this out. The woman finally stops laughing and comes to her senses. Ooh. And she looks up and she has Folton and Uthgar both standing over her, sword and axe trained on her, Kevan and Ed pointing crossbows at her from across the thing, and Brimbone just walking with a purpose towards her across the room. Things have rapidly turned against her. She says, wait, please.
Speak.
Who are you?
We are Sick Wolf.
I'm the lead singer. Oh no, wait. That's
I've heard of you. You're the ones who killed Hallard.
Oh, well, actually, it was a massive... Yeah.
I mean, it was his own. It was his own.
Well, no, I
Just say yes.
Yeah, all right. Yeah. Yes, that was us.
Did you kill Dallin?
Come on, spit it out.
What?
She said yes when you were talking.
I killed
yes.
him. Or,
What's your name, love?
Why? Why did you kill him?
my name is Vilry.
Right, begins with a V. I think that's it. I think we've
This is
nailed
our
that one.
person,
Yes, this is
yeah.
definitely her.
Hang on. What's your name?
Vilry.
Villery.
Let's Sick Wolf. Let's let the dwarf talk.
Well, all right.
Why did you do it?
It's Plaguestone. That damn village. After what they did to my mother, they let her... There was a plague years ago. They thought that my mother was responsible. She was a wise woman who lived in the woods. They called her a witch. They said she was responsible for causing the plague, and when she caught the plague, they did nothing to heal her I had to watch her die. And so I retreated out here to plan my revenge. And I almost made it. The thing is, there's nothing you can do to stop it now.
What do you mean, nothing we can do to stop it? What? Stop what?
My drudge is already on the way to that village. I've been filling the Plaguestone with a unique alchemical formula. For the last year, I've been sneaking into the village and topping it up. Now the stone is filled to the brim with enough of that to create a fog that will kill everybody in the village.
Okay, well, you know what could have happened? You could have gone a different way, with your revenge. But you chose to fuck with my brother. And I'm gonna fuck with you. They say eye for an eye makes the whole world blind. Well, I hope this makes you feel fucking awful. And he plunges his hand into her eye sockets and rips out both of her eyeballs.
Oh my god!
Bloody hell.
She screams as you hit her and pull out, and then just lies on the floor screaming, clutching at the bleeding face.
She's still not dead.
Back.
Should we? Are you gonna? Do you want me to?
I tell you what, Grimble, those acorns you keep in your little pouch.
Yeah,
why don't we just pop them in there as well? I mean,
I the screaming. Are you gonna?
Goodness.
Do you want to finish that? Or
Shall we? Because
I go towards. I drag her towards the river.
Okay.
I'm not gonna kill you because my brother wouldn't want me to do that. He'd think there was another way. So goodbye, and he tosses her in the river.
You throw her in the river, and she is washed away after the behemoth and dragged underneath.
dirty water in her gaping eye holes. Oh my god.
That's the other way.
She'll be fine.
I mean, loose end is what I'd say. That's a woman who is already consumed by vengeance, and you've let her go.
We have a more pressing thing here. Well
We've
done
got
for your
to
vengeance,
save.
Battlestone.
I mean,
yes.
I'm right off my lunch. I don't know about you.
We
but
do have to get to that village before that drudge.
Do you want to have a look at the stuff she left behind?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
please.
Yeah, let's check stuff
So
out.
you find her crossbow is left lying on the ground. Looking at it, it is an alchemical crossbow. So it is a crossbow. As one action, you can slot an alchemical bomb into it, which adds a d6 of damage of the bomb type to to the damage for 10 shots. So for the next 3 shots. You also find a number of alchemical items. Don't worry about writing them down. We'll do it in the break. So it's you find 4 moderate acid flasks, 6 moderate alchemist fires, 2 moderate bottle lightnings, 3 moderate elixirs of life, 2 lesser tanglefoot bags. So that's a whole lot of fun stuff that you find there. Looking on the desk, you can see the alchemical apparatus that she was using. You see lots of labels, lots of bottles. And some of the bottles of potions that you look at, when you look at the bottom of them, you can see they have got the Battlestone clan marking on the bottom of them. You reckon this was some of Dallon's merchandise that was being used for this. Centered around it are various pipes coming off of this glowing seam of crystal that is flowing down into the alchemical apparatus. And at the very center of the seam of crystals, one particular crystal appears to be floating a little way off the wall. And as you stare into it, you see your own face looking back at you as it seems to rotate in the air. It appears to be reflective. What would you like to do?
Can I get an Arcana check on that to
Go ahead
ascertain its
and
nature?
go ahead and make an Arcana check. There's no dice in that tray.
just watching this, just going around and around the
Do you want a
tray.
perception check to find your die?
28.
A 28. You have never seen anything like this before, but it by the looks of it, it is. Do you have detect magic or something?
I do. I can detect magic at will.
Detect magic at will. There is an incredible aura of magic coming off it. Whatever it is incredibly powerful.
I don't know what this is, Battlestone, but it is incredibly powerful.
Is that a potion? That's something you can drink or throw or
What, the crystal?
eat? Yeah.
What if you touch
put it
it?
into your head or?
Don't think it's dangerous to touch.
You arrived, dwarf.
It's got your
hang
face on it.
I think Folton should do it because this is all this. If it wasn't for you, we wouldn't be here, would we?
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay, you reach out, take a hold of the fragment, and pull it free. It comes away from the wall, and you're left holding it, holding a reflective shard of some kind. As you look back, you can see your own face mirrored in it. You can feel the power pulsing through it. And as you look at it for a moment, you see a sort of a vague, it seems to shimmer slightly, and you think you almost see your home at High Helm. You see the old smithy for a second, and then it goes back to looking at you. You keep this unusual item, and you make your way, all of you, back out of the room, having fought this disappointing pair of bosses.
Still alive, both of them.
Still technically alive for a while. So you make your way back out of Spite's cradle. You sneak back past the orcs who have gone away as you get back out. And you climb back over the wall.
Gone away. They just went. Have you heard? Apparently our boss is a complete wimp. Let's just go. Yeah, come on.
And you make your way back. You head with all haste back towards Plaguestone, racing against time to try and get there before the Drudge can get there. And we're going to pick that up next time, because that's where we leave it for tonight.
Yeah.
Dallin Avenged.
The heat is on.